True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am. But why will you say that I'm mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in earth. I heard many things in hell. How then, am I mad? Hearken, and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but, once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object, there was none. Passion, there was none. I loved the old man. He never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold, I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was it. He had the... a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. And so, by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye forever. Now at this point you fancy me mad. Madmen know nothing, but you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, with what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation. I went to work, and every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it. Oh, so gently. And then, when I made an opening sufficient for my head, I first put in a dark lantern, all closed so that no light shone out, and then I thrust my head in. Oh, you would have laughed at how cunningly I thrust my head in. I moved it slowly, very, very slowly, so that I might not disturb the old man's sleep. And now, have I not told you that what you mistake for madness is but over-acuteness of the senses? Now I say, there came a low, dull, quick sound, much as the sound that a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury, as the beating of a drum stimulates a soldier into courage. But even yet I refrained and kept still. I scarcely breathed. I kept quite still and said nothing. For an hour I did not move a muscle, and in the meantime I did not hear the old man lie down. He was still sitting up in bed, listening, just as I have done, night after night, hearkening to the death watches in the wall. Yet for some minutes longer I refrained and kept still, but the beating grew louder, louder. I thought the heart must burst, and now a new anxiety seized me. The sound be heard by a neighbor. The old man's hour had come. Then I sat upon the bed and smiled gaily to find the deed so far done. But for many minutes the heartbeat went on, the muffled sound. This, however, did not vex me. It would not be heard through the walls. At length it ceased. The old man was dead. I removed the bed and examined the corpse. Yes, he was stone dead. If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. The night waned and I worked hastily but in silence. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head and arms and legs. Tub had cut off. Ha ha. And I took out 3 planks from the flooring of the chamber and deposited it all between the scantling. I then replaced the board so cleverly, so cunningly, that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out, no stain of any kind, no blood spot whatever.